Hello, Fanshawe, and welcome to EDI Talks. EDI Talks is a series of informal discussions aimed at raising awareness around equity-deserving topics in a safe, open space. As part of our ongoing commitment towards removing systemic barriers, EDI Talks features a different subject each month and is hosted by myself, Troy Townsend. I'm the Anti-Racism and Inclusion Specialist at Fanshawe. My pronouns are she, her. This month, January 22nd, is recognized as Lunar New Year in China and is celebrated all over the world. Today, I'd like to introduce our guest, Bosco Yuan, who is the Executive Director of Finance at Fanshawe. Welcome, Bosco.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. Lovely to be here. And hello, Fanshawe.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're going to have a very informal, relaxed discussion around Lunar New Year. But first, I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do at Fanshawe.
Okay, great. So my name is Bosco Yuan. I'm the head of finance at Fanshawe College. I've been here almost 4 years. Originally, I came from Hong Kong, China. When I was 15 years old, I've been here a long time. And my work at Fanshawe involves financial planning, budgeting, audit, tax return, accounting services, procurement, as well as ministerial reporting, audit committee, board of governors meeting, and I'm also part of the EDI task force. Yay! So
yes,
again,
you are.
Great to be here, and thank you for having me today.
You're welcome, and it sounds like you do a lot of important work around the college, a lot of things, all the things that I'm not good at. I'm not a numbers person. That's why I went into hospitality, I say, but you are, and it's good to have folks like you with those skills here.
Yeah, well, thank you. Again, I'm happy to be here. When I look at the work that we do, I don't look at just myself, it's really my whole team, because without the whole team, I cannot be where I am. So my success is all because of them, and also our success is to provide a value-added services to the Fanshawe College and also to the executive leadership team.
Exactly. Thank you, Bosco. We're very lucky to have you. So as I mentioned earlier, Sunday, January 22nd is recognized as Lunar New Year. What can you tell us about the historical and cultural importance of this date and the significance around it?
So Lunar Chinese New Year is one of the important holidays for people in China, also in Vietnam and also in Korea. I also had an opportunity to visit Thailand. They also celebrate the Lunar Chinese New Year, and it's a big celebration. So when we look at Chinese New Year, it's a new beginning, no different than regular New Year, January 1st. It's a new beginning of life. It's a new day. And we can actually restart where we baseline where we need to be, and have a celebration with family, your partners, your loved ones, your community, and also with all the people that you may not have a chance to see on a regular basis, to bring people together and have this joyful moment in life.
You're right. It does not sound much different than the Gregorian calendar New Year celebrations. Yeah. Can you explain the concept? I do know this, that Chinese calendar rotates around a 12-year cycle using different animals for the years. Can you explain that concept for us?
Yeah, so again, to the best of my knowledge, according to the myth, that one of the emperors have selected those 12 animals as guards for the empire. And those animals were selected through a race. And the race is meant to create a time measurement for the people in China. And that's why we got those 12 animals.
Right.
Yeah.
So 2023 is going to be the year of, what year will it be?
That will be the year of rabbit.
The rabbit. And
yes.
What does the rabbit signify?
Well, to me, the rabbit signifies calmness and gentleness. So that's why I consider the rabbit represent that type of nature. And again, it's very calm, and hopefully it's a smooth year.
That's
for
good.
the people, not just for China, but for the world.
That's right. Considering what we've been through the past two and a half years, we really need a nice, calm, smooth year.
Absolutely.
Let's hope 2023 is it for us. Do you know what your animal year is? Your
Oh,
birth year?
I am a sheep, so I'm also a gentleman.
Are you?
Yeah.
I do know, because I followed this years ago, maybe back in the 90s, and I'm a horse, so I was born
Yeah,
in a horse, and I really demonstrate a lot of those horse-like traits.
Yeah, and characters too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's really true for me. Great. I also found a website in doing some research to prepare for this discussion. I found a website that indicates in China the celebrations take place over 15 to 18 days before the actual New Year date. What happens during that time? Can you tell us a little bit about the activities that are customarily celebrated and what people do?
Yeah, I can do that. So prior to Chinese New Year, there's a lot of preparation. For example, they have to gather about food. We love to eat. Chinese people love to cook, and we like to have a big meal for the New Year. So preparation of getting all the food together, vegetables, also new clothing. We like to dress up too. We also have to prepare red pockets to giving money to the children. Only for the married people that we do that, and also flowers. Like a blossom in the New Year. So we do a lot of those traditions. And cleaning. We want to get the New Year as a start clean, and we have to clean the house, and put the stuff away, and get ready for the new things coming into our life. So that's why we do all these preparation work prior to the Chinese New Year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really busy time. So when you say flowers and blossoms, are you talking about cherry blossoms?
That is correct. That's one of those items that we actually look at in Chinese New Year, and also those tangerine, like little orange trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another supposed to represent fortune and money, because Asian people do like a lot of money and good wealth. That's something that we're super interested, and that's part of our tradition.
Sounds like a very busy time, but it's preparation working towards something that's worth celebrating, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so you mentioned food. You said Chinese people love to eat. So can you tell us a little bit about some traditional foods that are usually prepared and consumed during the celebration?
Yeah, so definitely we have Chinese rice cake. We have to prepare Chinese rice cake, and there's different types of flavor. They could be sweet, could be salty. So some people actually make them homemade, and sometimes we purchase them. So that's Chinese rice cake. We also do a lot of Chinese dumpling too, for the New Year's dinner. That also could be homemade or purchased. Then we also have candies. Give candies to the kids, treats, etc. Those are the food that we like to prepare. And also when you actually make the dinner, we like to have fish, fresh fish, cooked fish, chicken, vegetables, mushrooms, and of course rice and noodles.
Yes.
That's our tradition. So lots of things to enjoy and lots of food to consume.
Right. So I'm interested in hearing a little bit more about the rice cakes. So it can be sweet or savory.
Yeah.
So if it's sweet, is it like a rice pudding kind of thing, or is it harder?
No, actually, there's two ways of making the rice cake. There's a steam way that they can just steam and soft, and there's another way you actually dip into egg and then you pan fry them. Yeah, so it could be but they're all sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it sprinkled with sugar or anything? What gives it the sweet substance?
I think it's prepared by a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of sugar, this time of year.
That is correct. We have to indulge yourself and don't worry about your weight, because it's a celebration of life, and enjoy it as much as you can, because life is too short. You got to enjoy the moment. And
there's no calories in celebratory food.
Oh, not at all. Never. We're a healthy bunch.
It's calorie free.
Yeah.
Can you help me pronouncing the traditional good luck or Happy New Year greeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a lot of Chinese greetings when we greet people for Chinese New Year. So one of the popular ones is Gong Xi Fat Choi. So it's Gong is like G-O-N-G.
Gong.
Gong Xi is X-I, and then Fat is F-A-T, it's kind of like fat, and then Choi is C-H-O-Y. So it's Gong Xi Fat Choi.
Gong Xi Fat Choi.
That's correct. Very good.
Thank you.
And what it means is that, again, wish you lots of money, because Asian people do like money. They like wealth. Let's put it that way. They like wealth. So that's why we like to say Gong Xi Fat Choi. But my favorite, myself, is that I'm not so focused about wealth. I'm more concerned about health. So I would like to say to my parents at all times is that wish them good health, which is 身体健康, wish them good health, and also 万事如意 means that hope everything will go smooth for you this year as you wish. So those are the two things that I greet to my parents and to my loved ones. And finally, it's also important that is that there's another one called 出日平安, means that every time when you travel, when you step out of your door, when you come back from work, you travel safe at all times. So those are my 3 favorite personal greetings that I greet to my parents and to my family and to my friends.
And are those greetings traditionally said only during the New Year celebrations, or?
That is generally it is for the
Okay.
Chinese New Year, and sometimes those greetings you see that in the shopping center. They have all these red paper, and they have all these Chinese character. They actually represent those greetings that I talked about, 恭喜发财 or 万事如意. All these slogans are actually meant to wish you all the best in the upcoming year.
So it's like greetings for health and prosperity.
Everything that you could think of.
Yeah, that's good.
Positive, all positive.
Right,
messages.
exactly.
That's important.
Exactly. And can you tell me the significance about cleaning the house?
Yeah. Well, everybody needs a new start because it's a new year. So we want to put away all the bad luck in the past, and so that we can welcome the good luck into the new year.
Okay, so it's like cleaning out with the old.
That's right.
In with the
Toss
new.
out all the bad energy and welcome the new energy into the new year.
Got it.
Yeah.
Which is not unlike some other cultures. Like there's some similarities here across cultures.
Yeah.
And the more that we learn about each other, the more we realize that we're really a lot the same. Yep. Have you noticed many differences between how the Lunar New Year celebrations happen in Asia and how they're celebrated here in Canada?
Yeah. So in Asia, we definitely celebrate more than just 1 year. We celebrate New Year for multiple days. Whereas in Canada, because it's not a national holiday, it's not a stats holiday, so people have the choice to take the time off to celebrate the New Year if they wish, or we kind of downplay a little bit where we just do it during the weekends when the time is right. So that's kind of slightly different. But to me, again, when I look at Chinese New Year, again, it's about bringing people together, bringing your family, your loved ones, and find the right time to celebrate that treasures moment at that point. So it doesn't have to be that day, but again, some people are very follow the tradition and do it on that day, and some people would just do it on the weekend.
Right. That weekend before
or after. Yeah, most likely after, but again, it all depends on everyone's schedule because we're all so busy at work.
For sure.
But still, I think it's important that to bring people together and bring your family together and tell them that you care for them and you want to cook for them and feed them and wish them all the best in the new year.
Great.
Yeah.
So in China or in Asia, if it's celebrated and you have statutory holidays, how long would you customarily get that time off for?
So it depends on each country. Some people generally get the 4 days off. Some people can take extended holidays for 7 days. So it all depends. But when you look at the entire month, it is the entire Chinese New Year month, the whole month of the first month. So people could celebrate, even though they're not on vacation or they don't have the holiday, they still celebrate, they still carry certain traditions and also, again the greetings, right? When they see people, that they go, 恭喜发财 and 身体健康, wish you all good health.
Right.
That's just normal. It's normal.
Just happening.
Yeah.
So is there a lot of traveling around, visiting like people's homes? Do you go into people's homes and like lots of that?
Especially on day 1, day 2, and day 3, because married couples are supposed to give young children the red pocket. So people like to go to visit their parents, going to the families, for the kids to receive red pocket so they can save it into the piggy bank. At the same time, share the food with your family, see them, and again, just having that moment together and with your in-laws and your brother-in-laws and your parents, grandparents, etc., etc. So lots of visiting.
Yeah,
busy
lots
time.
Of family time.
Yeah, but it's all good times, right? Again, it's about sharing the joy and the love that you have with your family.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And can you tell us what's the significance of the color red? I noticed we're both wearing red and we're both matching quite quite nicely today. So what does this mean?
Red means prosperity, and also red means maybe hot, like fire, right? I mean, like that you're ready for the new year, that you have lots of energy, and fire gives you warmth, red gives you warmth. So that's kind of the energy that I get. That's why I believe from Chinese New Year, the red, it represents good fortune, again, like also prosperity.
Okay.
Positive energy.
Good, great. Thank you. So much knowledge today. What else have I got to ask? Do you personally have certain traditions that you follow or customs that you participate in within your own household?
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely for myself, my family, we definitely eat the Chinese rice cake. Like that is so important because it means something to us. We definitely purchase flowers because again, it's blossom. We definitely clean the house because that's part of our tradition. And we have to do it 2 days before Chinese New Year. That is the custom to do it 2 days before. And one thing that I do is that on Chinese New Year Day, we have to wear red because that is a traditional red on Chinese New Year Day. And also brand new clothing if you follow the tradition. Even my undergarment, they're all brand new. And on Chinese New Year Day, you don't wash your hair. You try not to clean, and you try not to do dishes because on Chinese New Year Day you receive good luck. You don't want to wash those traditions away on the first day of the new year, and you definitely don't want to see a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not a good thing. So again, those are the really traditions that we follow religiously in our household, and again about celebration and sharing times with your family. That's important. Yeah. Okay.
And can you tell us a little bit more about what the significance of new clothes is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's a new beginning. You want to have a fresh start. Since you put away all your old stuff, get rid of your old stuff, declutter, give it away, and then you're welcome to the new stuff. So that there's a new start for me, and it's a new beginning, and I'm ready for anything in the new year.
Great. So someone that is has an interest in fashion, is this an opportunity to get rid of your whole old wardrobe and buy a whole new wardrobe?
Yes, for some people, but then because Chinese people like to, again, try to save money, so I think that they really watch out on their spending, and they select, right? It's a mix and match kind of the approach. You don't have to wear everything brand new, but just that for me, I like to wear certain things brand new because it is a new start, and I like to feel rejuvenated in the year.
So it's an opportunity for at least one brand new outfit, New Year's outfit.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense.
red.
Makes sense. I can get into that. So we're just about finished here, Bosco. What is one final takeaway that you would like to share with the Fanshawe community about Lunar New Year?
Yeah, because as part of the EDI task force, what I would like people to understand that, yes, we do celebrate Chinese New Year, but we're no different than anyone else in the world. We're just like humans, like everyone here. We have similar family values with other races and other people in the other countries. So I just one takeaway is that Chinese New Year doesn't segregate people. It actually brings people the awareness of our values to the world, so that you're welcome to see our values, and we would also like to be welcome to see other values could be other tradition that other people customs have. So again, it's about being open and being welcome to everyone, to the world. That's the message I would like to give that to the Fanshawe community.
Thank you. And you know what? That is actually a really appropriate closing thought, because one of the purposes of holding this EDI Talk series is to promote inclusivity amongst the Fanshawe community. I've had members of our Islam community here, and a couple of months ago I was hosting some of the members of the FSU executive team, and they were talking about their Holi Indian celebration, and just hearing different stories from all of these cultures, and I'm putting it together. I'm learning a lot for sure, and I'm hoping some of our viewers are learning more as well. But like I said before, I'm seeing so many similarities across cultures and how we share customs. And you know what? At the root of it all, it's about bringing people together.
Yeah,
and I believe in that message, for sure.
Yeah, because in my previous job, I was invited to a dinner with people from Sri Lanka. And I don't know about that culture at all. I was invited to their home. I was the only Asian person I was invited. And we sat on the floor and we had dinner together. And I was served on a plate. And I was like, okay, where can I get our utensils? And they were telling me that, well, you don't. You eat it with your hands. And at that moment, I hesitate because that's not something that I do in my own culture. But since they welcome to my home, I need to give that a try. So I did it, and it was finger licking good. It was so good. But again, it's the warmth and the trust they put in me to welcome me into their home. So I need to follow their custom and respect their values. So it was really eye-opening for me. So that was something that I really treasure. The only thing I just also want to say that, with what's happening around the world, there's so much stuff going on. And I think that the other message I also want to bring, it is a new year, whether Chinese New Year or non-Chinese New Year. I think we need to have a fresh start to look at things differently and also open your hearts and be open-minded about other people's lives and their values. Because yesterday I was actually in Toronto and I was just minding my own business, raining, heading home, and I was called, I saw a lot of chinks here. And it was upsetting to me. And I just can't believe that, in 2023, people are still getting those type of racist remarks.
Negative.
Right? And I just feel that, we are human beings here. So why don't we just accept who we are and try to live in harmony. Because when I went to Japan, many times, I love Japan because it's the culture that everybody respect each other in harmony, and it's about getting along. And the same thing in Thailand, the same thing. I went to Thailand and I see how, the people live in Thailand, and they worship Buddhist, they're Buddhist and they worship Buddha. And again, they're all about respecting everyone's space and their values, which I thought was really, really admirable. So again, that's something that I hope that the Fanshawe community can hear me out and really to make sure that, just open your hearts and accept the world that we live in today.
Thank you, Bosco. And you know what? That's exactly why I'm trying to provide this forum for people to share their experiences, share their stories, and feel safe doing so. And I'm sorry you had to experience that, but I believe exactly like you do. And the story that you just shared with having dinner at that Sri Lankan family's home, it's just part of the larger message today. And we're all here to share the same human experience. How lovely of them to open their home to you to share what they have to offer as well, and for you to take that experience into your heart.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bosco. So in closing, I would like very much to thank Bosco for joining us here today for this conversation. And if any viewers have any thoughts or questions that you'd like to share or ask, please feel free to reach out to the EDI team. Our email is simply edi@fanshawe.ca. You're welcome to join us in February for our EDI talks, which will feature Black History Month, and I'm quite excited about that. On behalf of the EDI team and my guest today, Bosco, please take care of yourselves and each other.
Thank you. See you.